Stick around, folks. Oh, we can cut the credits. Nobody likes to watch those. So I'm Thomas Daniel Quater. You heard a lot of my story. I'm going to give you a little bit more, and we're going to take questions and answers. But my friend Louis Rossman is going to come up as well. He'll also have a microphone to help you ask your questions so we can all hear you. That's my story from 2014 on. I've had over 2,000 fractures in life. I have osteogenesis imperfecta, causes brittle bones. And here I am, right, from upstate New York and Dallas, Texas. I have crossed the Mississippi over 30 times in the last 3 years, when I previously thought that I would never, ever leave my home again, because the systems didn't provide, as you know. I am also a disabilities advocate. And I can tell you, everybody here who's using equipment, can you raise your hand? Just, if you can't, maybe somebody can raise it for you, raise theirs for you, okay. So if you're using equipment, particularly if it's a wheelchair, no offense, then you are lucky. You are lucky to be here today. You are very, very lucky. I want you to know that for every person in a wheelchair that attends the Abilities Expo, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of people who can't leave their home or the institution that they're forced in because they don't get equipment that facilitates a full life. That's the problem. That's the huge problem we have. We have the resources. I'm a farmer. I know how to look at resources and decide what we can do with them. And that's what we should do. If you can do better, you should do better. So my initiative is to make sure that when the system drops someone, we're there to pick them up. And when the system makes it so that they can't get what they need, we ensure they do. And that's what open hardware is about. If you release one design, it becomes many designs. 3D printing took off because someone released one open hardware design that NASA now uses in space. Every 3D printer you see out there is based on that design. We are democratizing the engineering, and my friend Louis Rossman here, he's been a big supporter and a big help to our movement. He's also here for questions and should probably introduce himself.
My name is Louis. I met Thomas about 1.5 years ago. I remember the first thing I thought when I saw this is, like, why? Not to insult it, but there's nothing about this that couldn't have been made like 10, 20, or 30 years ago. It's not a flying wheelchair. It's not a hovering wheelchair. It just, like, it looks like dirt bike tires and a motor and a joystick. And even when we were just going around the outside here, I didn't realize that every single sided door was closed. I never follow instructions on how to get in any place. And he goes to find me, and he's just going over something that's like this, and there's a bunch of rocks on it. I'm just imagining how many of the chairs that even attended here would be able to go over that type of terrain. And you were pointing out the terrain around the facility. You're trying to actually make it so that more people other than you can have something that's like this, that's not only repairable, but that actually gives you the ability to live a normal life, to be able to go outside, go over rough terrain, go over some rocks, go over short curbs, and get around all of the things that would usually result in an ADA complaint, instead just resulting in, I'm just going to go over this. And I'm proud to help them do more of it.
Louis actually pointed something out. These are dirt bike tires. Do you know why I use dirt bike tires? Because I ordered them on a Friday, they arrive on a Monday, and we install them on a Tuesday, and I don't have to go through 6 months of appeals to get permission to move. We should not have to have permission to leave our homes. Let's start the questions. We want all your questions.
Who's
So since these designs will be open source, how expensive do we estimate these to be, like if someone's building these based off of the design?
Well, that's a good question. So the goal is nothing to the end user. The goal is a community movement. The goal is nonprofits networking. We already have repair nonprofits all over the country for this issue, and they want to build our designs. DME companies, I had a gentleman approach me while the movie was going. Right now, he's a DME company, and he wants to be involved. Right, and I said this in the movie, right? Everybody that sells these chairs and fits them, the ATPs, they wish they could do better. They see where the users have failed. So, how expensive is it? I don't know. How expensive are a pair of working legs? Does it matter? right? We are the most generous country in the world when it comes to benevolent funding or donations. Now, all we need to do is funnel that in the right direction. And then, the beauty of a nonprofit is that rich people like tax write-offs. That helps. But as far as expense, I don't know, and I don't care. I mean, how expensive is a full life? How much would you pay for that? Look what it takes to get a liver transplant out of pocket. I don't care. We're going to do this anyhow. It will be cheaper than the system because there's no bureaucracy, right? Nobody's getting paid to drive 2 hours to come see you. Nobody's getting paid to file paperwork through a system that's going to spend a lot of money to not look at it, right?
Hi there. I'm Diamond Debbie, and I'm a comic from Austin, and I'm also a wheelchair nerd. I've done 3 years of research in quantum rehab products, and I can do anything you can do, but the problem is the minute I go outside, it voids a warranty on mine. Right now, the disparity in the United States is like an e-bike, I can get a policy if I get hurt or if I damage my vehicle outside, but I was hit by a Tesla 7 years ago, and the Tesla got messed up because my quantum is strong, and it is crash test approved by me, the DOT, and a Tesla. So I'd like to know if yours is also crash test approved.
It will be. So this is actually based on a former model that was available. The patents are up. We have permission from the last remaining engineer to reverse engineer and release it as open hardware with upgrades. So the original was once hit by a pickup truck and went home afterwards. The user was fine. So in terms of crash testing, we will get there. In terms of quality, right, there's a lot of equipment that is very quality, but what happens when it breaks down? How long do you wait? And it does depend on where you are, who you are. If you're in the country, that service is very arduous. It takes a long time. If you're in an inner city poverty area, again, very lucky to be served at all. If you're here today, like I said, you are lucky.
Are you guys?
Test one.
Okay. Are you guys going to make options for manual wheelchairs for attachments to give the manual wheelchair users the ability to do things as well? Because there's a lot of, no offense to a lot of the electric wheels that we can put on our chairs right now, but they don't work. And I'm active. I want to be able to do things, and I'm really strapped not being able to.
Are you talking about a powered device to attach to your manual? You'll have to talk to my outreach director, who's also disabled and an engineer and has a computing product to the smart drive, and they tried to buy them and their design so that they could put it on a shelf and no one would ever get it. That is coming. They're in beta testing. Get my card, email me, I'll give you their contact.
Can I help beta test?
Yes.
Because I'm rough and tough. I like going on trails. I work outside. I'm very hardcore on my equipment. Even though I'm in a manual chair,
Yep.
I have to replace wheels all the time. I have to fix everything all the time because I work outside and hardcore.
So their design is made out of e-bike parts,
Okay.
which means you can get it serviced in any e-bike shop. I will get you their contact. You'll have to ask them specifically. I can't answer for them, but I know
Okay.
they're in beta testing and they're looking for users who are rough on it
Okay.
because they have a off-road version.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
I don't sit still well, folks. Don't mind the fidget.
Hi. Really inspiring work, Thomas. Really admire everything that you're doing. I'm curious, in what ways are you partnering with those 6 universities?
So, do you know what a capstone project is? All right. A lot of our engineering starts with a capstone project. That's not a finished design, but it's a good start. And then we get to teach the next generation of engineers how to think in a way that is better for the end user. When we go to a tech campus, and I'm going to go to Georgia Tech in January, when we go to a campus and we talk to students and we say open hardware or open source, they already know what it is, they already know it's ethical, and they get excited, right? So it starts with a capstone project, but we do contract engineers, Rapid Adapt, Devin Hamilton, right? He's our main one for the endurance power chair, and that's going to grow. If we had more funding, by the way, we'd be a lot bigger right now. Anybody that can give $5 a month, that helps. But I'm pretty good at finding money.
I asked because I work for UT System, and I was curious about
Sorry, say that again.
Yeah, I work for the University of Texas System, and I was curious about how capstone might work.
Right. So we're 3 years old as of October 14th. And so far, we've been lucky to hit on universities that do the capstone projects in sometimes a hackathon kind of thing for no money, right? They just want a project that makes their students passionate. But there are other universities that we want to work with that need funding. And when we get more funding, they'll get funding. And we probably have a list longer than we can approach right now. In fact, the growth potential for what we're doing is beyond what I ever imagined.
Hi, Thomas. I love the idea of the project and everything. One of the fundamental core principles to open source, open hardware is to be able to, like, if you have the file, go ahead and do it yourself. So how would somebody who's in a rural community where they don't have a large DME supplier, would they be able to get those files, generate themselves a parts list, and go ahead and do it themselves, assuming they have the electrical knowledge to put all the bits together?
Right. So I'm going to address a few things in that question. First of all, the wheelchair user doesn't necessarily have to be the person who builds it. We have communities, we have people who care about us. There are repair shops for electronics and automobiles and ATVs all over the place, especially in the country, which is where I live. In fact, I, without telling my insurance company in the past, often voided my warranty by using the farm store to rebuild my electric motors. So in terms of availability of parts and supplies, what we do is we keep our designs focused on materials and parts that are off the rack or available readily. If there's a material supply store within 100 miles, you can get it delivered. Thank you, sir. We buy severe upgrades to power wheelchairs on Amazon.com, right? It's possible. Right? Today's world is very interconnected no matter where you are. And that's the goal, right? We want to make it out of materials with skills that are readily available throughout our communities. We do also have a licensing goal in mind. If Permobile wants to build our designs, they can pay us a little bit of money to fund our work and build our designs, and that way the contract would stipulate a quality control and a service agreement that is applicable to the user. And if they're willing to do that, they can build them.
If they build them and you let Permaville build them, will we still be able to fix our stuff on our own instead of just having them fix it?
That has to be in any contract we do like that, right? If the end user does not have the ability to make sure they can keep moving as much as possible, then what good is it? Anybody else got questions? People in the back?
Yes, sir. My question is, I have on my chair, I have a thing that lifts me up and down, but the insurance did not pay for that because they said that was a luxury item. To my life, it's not a luxury item. I don't like it that an insurance company can decide what's a luxury item to me and what's not.
I 100% agree. Sometimes a tire change is a luxury item. The reality here is this is why we're doing open hardware, open source, community-driven, non-profit-driven, no insurance company involved. And I like to say Luigi Mangione chose violence over his disability situation, and I chose technology and community-driven support. We had that question over here.
Hey, I've got a quick question for you. Is that a game controller in your hand?
So this is an Xbox controller. You can buy this at just about any store, a Walmart, a Best Buy, right? Does everybody here know what an attendant control for a power wheelchair is? Right, it's on the back usually. Fun fact, your attendants actually have a higher rate of injury because they run themselves over. The other fun fact, the other fun fact is the user has no control over who takes control of them. They have no consent, maybe verbal, but no choice. With an Xbox controller, we can make our HID accept that port, and then your caregiver can be a few feet away, and you can just pull that plug if you don't want them to do it. Right? Why should anybody be able to push you around? I mean, Lewis, come here. I'm going to do an example, and I'm going to treat Lewis very badly. Turn around.
As if this is different from my usual arrangement.
Right. Now, imagine if I came up and I just took him by the neck of the shoulders and I just made him go somewhere, right? How would that feel? This is for the ambulatory people in the crowd. How would you feel if someone took control of you and forced you to go somewhere you didn't want to go or when you didn't want to do it? Right? I know people in wheelchairs that electrify or put metal spikes on their handlebars so that people don't do that. You have a question?
I do. I've got one real quick. I'm over here. Hey, nothing's live yet, or how do we promote this? Do you have like a Facebook page, or can we watch it on YouTube?
THEMIF.org is the website. The documentary is currently in the festival circuit, and their rules dictate that we cannot put it on YouTube or live. There's plenty of clips out there. We do have a YouTube channel. I am terrible at making YouTubes, but I'm on there. He's the YouTube expert, by the way. The reality is that we're volunteer-based. We have some contractors, but we don't have paid staff. I don't make any money. I live on SSI, literally. I mean, I fed potential supporters last night in my hotel room with my SNAP. The reality is that the documentary cannot be released publicly online. However, if you come to our table, we're in row 600, I don't remember the exact number, and take a card, look for Thomas Queeter. That's Thomas Daniel Queeter, never quitter, rarely quieter. You can email me, and I can send you an NDA, and you can watch it personally yourself. And if you want to and you like to, you can set up a community showing at a school or a library or an institution for those with disabilities. If you've got a community and you like what we're doing, you need to show other people. We need you, right? So the reality is a lot of the problems with these companies is not the companies, it's the legislation. And to change legislation, as someone who ran for office 3 times on this issue, I can tell you nobody cares. Nobody wants to hear it. Congress only votes on the number on the bill that tells them how much money they're going to make. It doesn't matter. I have friends who were congressmen, and they told me, if you want to do anything good, we change it then. Congressmen love their power. They love holding that seat where they make that money. They love that fame. They don't want to lose that seat. We have 5.5 million wheelchair users alone. That's not even including other equipment. And we all have family and friends and communities. If we all tell them, if we all show them that there's a better way, they'll join us. And then we have a voting bloc. And if they don't want to lose their jobs, they will do the right thing finally, once and for all, in our healthcare system. Does that satisfy? I have a little passion. Lewis, I believe the lady with the orange flag had a question.
Sorry, I'm not very good at being Oprah.
No, that's okay. Thank you, sir. And thank you for being here. My question is pertaining to that lady's. I have a, well, I had a, what did I just say?
Mobile assist.
Yes, I had a mobile assist, and they recalled it.
Yep.
because everybody was running into wall.
That's,
It doesn't work.
that's the smart drive. It's on its
Yes.
seventh safety recall. It is famous for throwing people downstairs and into walls.
Yes.
Yep.
And-
And as this nice lady was just talking about, I have a contact that has a competitive model coming out, and they're beta testing. So take my card, ask to get connected. I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Sunrise has E90 now, but it's not any better than the Smart Drive.
Right. Say that
Sunrise
again.
has the E90 now, and I have tried it, and it's still, there's issues.
So let's say all of the equipment was perfect, right? Let's say it was a great product. The real problem is repairability. You don't have the option to repair. The average wait time for repairs to DME equipment, particularly if it's powered, is 5 months. And that's the average, right? And I can tell you that sometimes it's 5 years aging out of the insurance cycle because you're allowed to get a new chair every 5 years. I know so many people have been trapped in their homes for 5 years or going to institutions because of that. We can't do this anymore.
We're going to be moving over to the side over there. If anybody has any more questions, thank you very much for taking the time.
Thank you for being here, Louis.
All right. Ah. What do you mean exceeding maximum input level? You bum of a device. Ah, here we go. Okay.
I'll see you at 4. I don't know how to put this on. So we hired Migrant Box Media. That is a fact. I learned that in politics. You've got 7 seconds to make someone pay attention.
So this goes around your ear.
Right, but can you just do it for me? It's only a mic, right? Because I don't have to hear for it. Yeah. Absolutely. We've talked to UT in the Austin area. Can you be over here? I'm only left ear doesn't work.
Sure. Yeah, maybe there's collaborative opportunities with engineering, computer science schools. Like, I was really intrigued by how you partnered with them.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, those are the first ones. 3 years old and we're here. I can't believe it, to be honest with you. But we need more people like you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, would love to. May I have one of your cards or your contact?
Row 600, our table is just up here, right next to Action Track.
Okay, I'll stop there. And can my son and I get a picture with you?
Well, absolutely.
It's weird. Here, can he get on your left side?
Yeah.
Peter, come in.
Oh, stayed up though. Be what you are. Okay. Do you guys know who Gwen Jacobs is?
Want a good one? Sure.
Yeah. Do you guys know who Gwen Jacobs is?
I don't know.
You ever watch professional wrestling?
I have.
You remember Kane?
Oh, yeah.
That's Glenn Jacobs.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a picture with him once, and he went to stoop down. I told him to stand up and be what he is. My poor photographer had to jump on a ladder.
3, 2, big jump. See if everybody's concerned. Get a good picture. Thank you.
Yeah, we need to do them in all of them. We don't plan on doing all of the. I'm not taking that off, am I? We don't plan on doing all of the expos next year, but probably 4 or 5. But we would very much appreciate if you would also show it at the rest of them. We're more than willing to have you use this for your own promotion.
All right, well, let's figure something out. Set a total plan for next year. I have had a bunch of people email me saying that they're from Canada or they're from, not being able to come. And where can they watch it online?
So they can email me, sign an NDA, and I can give them an online.
Okay.
So because we're still in the festival circuit, we can't release it online yet.
Got it. Okay. All right. I will send them your way then.
How you doing?
We're working on getting this one adopted.
Right on.
Forever.
May I ask the condition?
She has level 5 cerebral palsy.
My lead mechanical engineer who you saw there, full body CP. It's amazing.
Yeah, her twin sister is mobile.
Yeah.
We just got a little car for her sister.
You know, your mom, right? Yeah.
Will be.
Okay. My mother left something out about that story of where the state asked her to sign me over to be a ward of the state. She didn't just kick him out of the room. She actually threatened to cut the social worker's heart out. But in a rural hospital in New York, at that time, 1983, that didn't get you arrested. Do that today, you get arrested.
Yeah, we just got a car for her sister to drive out across our farm.
Right on.
It's got like a 4-wheel drive. It's got a remote control so we can drive her around.
Yeah.
It's like I wish we could get something like that for her to go out there.
Um,
She could go with them.
That's
Because this thing doesn't go across the field.
yeah.
The goats and the chickens.
One of my favorite things to do is go full speed at diagonal across the cornrows.
Like we only got a little 6-acre farm.
We've got 52.
We put her in the wagon, but she's just laying there bouncing all over the place when we go across the field.
So what we can do is we can change this into a children's size, which is in the future. We are currently working on a different children's wheelchair because a young mom with a child with disability who was told that they will never approve their child for a power wheelchair because they can, stand for 2 minutes. And
I'm not sure she'll get approved for a
right.
power one because she can't control it herself.
Yep. This kid needs to get through school and daycare all day long. And her doctors and the parents, they all say he needs a power chair. And so we are actually specifically designing one, the Ros Rover. The child's name is Rossman, so, Ros Rover, Ros Rover. That's in the works.
It's like we're told, we can't get funding to help us get a lift in the back of the car because she's still in foster care and it's not a permanent thing. It's like we're afraid of it. We're working on it. This one doesn't even have the transit hooks on it because the insurance says, oh, they did specify what vehicle would transport it. And it's like, it doesn't matter, it's the same hook.
Yeah.
They can't even take the buses.
When I was a kid, it was a wooden ramp in a Suburban with some tie downs that are ratchets. That's it.
I wish I could just hook it into the back row of our van.
Right. So as long as she's small enough to be carried, you might consider looking at the 4-wheeler racks that go on the back of wheelchairs or on the back of vehicles. You can put a wheelchair there, and then.
We've got a big transit van, so
Yeah.
get a lift with the back, and that's no problem. And once we resolve it, there's funding that can help us out with that.
Yeah. That funding is arduous and difficult. I've been through it and didn't get it.
Well, we're from New Mexico, so we came all the way out here for
Yeah.
that.
New Mexico, to my knowledge, has been one of the better places for accessibility.
She goes and gets all of her care at Carrie Teaching Hospital, and they've got a Carrie Teaching Foundation.
Right on.
That I think we're covering 90% of it.
Excellent.
After she stops. Till then, but even her twin sister was denied being on the disability waiver. But I think it's mostly because CYC is the one
So
that
that's kind of my point, right? Our safety nets, right? They should be beneath her feet, but they often press down on top of our heads instead.
like, yes, her sister has been walking since she was 2.5, but even little ropes across the driveway to trip over.
Yep.
It's like, we live on a farm, we've got gravel, she trips and falls all the time out there.
But that doesn't matter. You should be in an institution. I can't stand that mentality. Well, where I am, I live in New York, and they're actually remodeling all of the living institutions, and Massachusetts did the same thing. And in Massachusetts is a good example. They just had a big fire in one of these institutions. For liability reasons, they trained their staff not to rescue. And so people died. And what they're doing is they're putting everybody in a wheelchair on second floor and above. And you know what happens to elevators in a fire? They turn off.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons, one of our local elementary schools, they built a 2-story. And there's a 7-year-old who's wheelchair bound in that school.
Yep.
And it's like, I can't send her to that school because if she's on the second floor and there's a fire, they can't get her out.
And so according to the ADA, they have to, so as your child goes through grades and classes, what they have to do at that point, because that's the facility they have, is just shift around the rooms they're using for wherever she is. Right, so when she's in third grade needs to be accessible. When she's in high school chemistry, that class needs to be in a room that's accessible. And if they don't do that, sue the living out of them. There's a guy right over there that'll help you.
We had an issue last year because they took all the 3-year-old pre-Kers to the zoo, and they're like, well, all the kids have to ride the bus. Well, they wouldn't put her car seat on the bus, and her wheelchair's not accessible to the bus. They're like, oh, well, we found a wheelchair that'll work for her. They sent me a picture of it. She's like sliding out in front of it, and I'm like,
When I was in high school, we had the safety patrol trip to D.C., and the principal's husband owned a busing company, and so of course that's the one that got the contract. And just like really, suddenly and unexpectedly, all 3 accessible buses broke down the night before with the same problem. They were lying. They were just trying to get out of it. What they wanted to do was throw me with osteogenesis imperfecta, very brittle at the time, in the back of a car, which is no. My mother being the kind of pit bull that she is, they ended up being forced to send us the accessible school bus.
they got the school bus accessible, but it's not accessible for her right now because
So that's another problem with the ADA. We all think it's wonderful. It makes things accessible, but it doesn't. It doesn't. When it was signed, it was designed for primarily the elderly and those of us with disabilities that get around more, because that's about market share, right? Businesses need market share. Government needs market share of voters. And the reality is that the elderly have more money to spend, and they vote. Today, it's changing. Today, we have voices. Today, we can come together. Today, it's 5.5 million just wheelchair users, and there's so much other tech. If we get those voices together, we can reform the ADA. They constantly say they're going to, or that they think they are, and it's done badly. I don't like the perspective that you can sue a business. Where I live, we have heaves from the winter, the ground freezes, and so no parking lot stays flat. No curb stays perfect every year because it shifts every year. So if you make these businesses repave every year, what you have is a lot of accessible empty buildings. Why?
Like half the time the button doesn't even work when you're trying to get into the school. Somebody has to open the door for us.
So
I've got her and her twin sister.
Matt said it wonderfully in that documentary. You need equipment that makes the world accessible.
The hard part is that it seems to not work when we're there, and then when the repair team comes over to fix it, it somehow works whenever they're there.
Yeah.
But then stops working the next day.
I've been through that too. The other interesting thing that happens often enough is the ATPs, the repairmen, come and they have the wrong parts or not the knowledge to do it. I've been through that a lot.
Yeah, and then she's getting a replacement for this one because this one's broken.
Yeah.
If we can lean her back just a little bit, and I can push on it.
So, interestingly, because I know you're dealing with two different situations here, we take recommendations. If there's something you want to do or you're not doing, not just from people who use the equipment, but the caregivers, if you need to do something, send me an email. I'll find a college.
My husband and I aren't getting any younger, and our youngest biological child's 15.
Yeah.
We're kind of starting over with these guys. It's like my back's not working as well anymore, and his back's not working as well anymore.
My parents went through the same thing.
Right now, I just have to, I take her, put her in a wheelchair, and I just pop this up, put the front wheels in the van, lift everything else up. When she gets her new wheelchair, I'm not going to be able to do that anymore.
Caring for a child with disability as you're aging is a blessed mission because it is not easy.
Yeah, there's a company out by us that will let us hire like our kids to be caretakers for these guys. But none of the doctors can figure out what paperwork they're supposed to fill out.
Thank you.
To get that done. Like my adult children are in town. My grandkids are the same age as my kids. It's like they can get paid to let my kids go play with their kids.
I'm looking to hire my nieces for assistants, actually. But one of the things that people often forget is the drain on the people around you when your supports or your equipment doesn't give you that kind of independence. If I can't make a sandwich, somebody else has to do that. That costs money or time. Time is money. Finding your independence is very key. When I was a kid, I went to physical therapy, and it was out of a living institution, a bad living institution, right? So as I'm going to the office for my therapy, I'm seeing these elderly people parked in wheelchairs in the corner, unattended, not doing anything. And I get to the office, and I ask my therapist, why are they just left there? Why aren't they, having fun or doing something, right? And what he did was he said, find your independence or else you'll end up in an institution.
I worry about that down the line because I'm not sure how independent you can ever get.
The systems that rate these institutions are flawed, and probably deliberately. There's one near me that it was always rated the best for veterans in New York State, and it's not. It's not. They're abusive. There was a study I saw, I can't remember who did it, but they surveyed living institutions across the country. And when they asked about abuse within the institution, and they did the survey 2 years in a row. The first time, they asked them to put their name on it. The second time, they didn't. And they surveyed the same people. If they were asked to put their name on it, they didn't report abuse. If they weren't putting their name on it, they 7 out of 10 on average reported abuses that range from theft to physical abuse to medical abuse to rape. And 7 out of 10 in institutions, right? And the reality there is, right, so when you report a situation and you're stuck there, right, the first people that find out are some staff, right, because you're reporting to a staff member. And staff members talk to each other. And then all of a sudden your abuse goes up, and everybody in that situation knows that. You will be punished for not wanting to be punished. Stay out of an institution. You're too pretty for that.
Adopting her and her twin sister and her older brother and sister who lived with us for a while. They got adopted by their cousin, who's a special educator. Their older brother has Down syndrome, and their sister's developmental delay. And then one of our good homeschool friends has their little sister, who's actually doing good because she got pregnant right out of rehab. So we got that early neurotube development.
That's actually another issue in our system, is that people get cut off of rehab too early. 3 weeks. He had that tenacity, and he did it himself. He's back to doing what he did. Whitewater rafting, by the way, with an organization that helps other people with disabilities go whitewater rafting. But the reality is, that rehab needs to be available for months, if not years, or else you're just wasting your time and money to not help.
Yeah, my niece is up in Albuquerque, or up in Colorado. She lost a leg a couple years ago because she was a gymnast, and she already had that core body strength to be able to get back up. But she has a prosthetic, but she can't really use it because she doesn't have much of a stomach.
I was very fortunate. We were poor, and if we didn't grow it or butcher it, we didn't get to eat it. And so with poor people in the family, everybody had to put something in, and I refused to let them leave me out. So my rehab was processing vegetables and growing in the garden and butchering meats. I just refused to not do things like everybody else in my family. Didn't milk cows, though.
Thank you very much.
Well, great.
Thank you for the question.
Absolutely. This is my wife, Aria, by the way.
Thank you for coming. You know, I haven't approached Texas yet because I don't know what my schedule is going to be. But we have at least 2 state parties paying us to come speak and show the documentary, talk about the different business. Well, it's a business model that's been used before, but not in this realm. And it's a way to find solutions when there aren't any. Yeah. So I don't know what Texas wants to do, but I do love being in Texas. And if it's anywhere near Austin, that's even more beneficial because I have people I need to talk to regularly.
Well, our convention is going to be in Abilene.
In where?
Abilene.
Where is that?
It's West Texas.
Which is how far from Austin?
Yeah, it's
3 hours, 2.5 from us.
Right. So I mean,
about 3 hours.
right. So we could hit Austin on the trip anyhow. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, and since you don't fly anyway, I mean, it really doesn't make any difference if you're going to Austin or Abilene.
The only time I fly is when they build the jump big enough. I haven't done that in a long time. Yeah. I used to jump bonfires. Just throw a piece of plywood on it and go and get over it before it burns.
Yeah.
Oh, more pictures?
Of
Okay.
course. Oh. Hey, Ken.
I got a working mic for other people right as your line finished.
Oh, you have a working microphone?
Yes, but your line is over.
Oh, this isn't?
Well, no, I mean like the line of people.
Oh.
Quality. Abilities. I don't have more than one smile, I'm afraid. I'm out of stock.
Right on. If you could share those with me, I will use them in social media.
Absolutely. But yeah, so our convention is going to be in Abilene, and so I will go ahead and talk.
What month?
It's going to be May.
May?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Early May, I'll probably be in Jersey, but I can send other people instead.
Yeah, absolutely. What I'll do is I'll talk to a few of the members on the board, see if I can go ahead and start spending it.
Paul should be on my side with that.
Oh yeah. With that,
No,
he's not actually.
sure, yeah, that'd be awesome. You bet.
I mean, I can put it on your camera.
Let's do that.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't be left out, Ken.
Yeah, no, I want to get all of you right here.
Appreciate that. Yeah. I'm so selfless. I didn't know what you were talking about.
Well, I felt bad because I started taking pictures and it wasn't fair.
I'll see you
It wasn't
tonight,
fair
right?
that
Can't
you
hear you.
went this way and this
Oh,
way.
at
I'll
the
let you do your thing. So I'll see you tonight.
7 to 9.
Huh?
7 to 9.
Yeah, let's do one of each.
Um,
Let's do a landscape
if it's anything you can do, I need a conversation with Michael Sertic. I've already had touches, but I need to talk to him.
Okay. Paul
Yeah, well,
probably
let's get a
gonna be your
photo
better
quick.
point
I
of
can't hear you.
contact. Paul will probably be your better point of contact. 'Cause I
Okay.
don't know.
Let's do a photo quick.
Including 4 or 5.
Come on now, Lewis.
Yeah. No, fine. We'll do one of each.
You don't get out of this.
Yeah, photo. I don't know what it is. It's
Probably
always
landscape would be better.
Smile.
one of each will be good.
Smile, smile. Get out. Remember that episode of The Honeymooners?
Awesome.
Thank you.
Why not?
Remember the episode of The Honeymooners? Smile, smile. Get
I
out.
didn't watch that much TV, man.
See you tonight.
I hope the food is good.
It's supposed to be brisket and potatoes.
Okay.
So,
I mean, I did street tacos in my room last night.
Huh?
Street tacos in my room last night.
Oh yeah.
I brought venison.
And he cooks amazing butter.
The night before, I cooked Wagyu.
See, we're both foodies.
A5.
A5 back here.
I brought my own homegrown vegetables even.
Well, next time you're at home, you should
That woman gave me this piece of paper for you.
Ooh.
Well, I can't cook anywhere near as good as he does.
No contact.
Huh?
He didn't leave. There's no email.
What?
There's no email.
I know. She just gave me this to give to you because there was a line.
Okay. Who was she? What did she look like?
Is it the speaker?
She was elderly, had a mask on.
Quite a popular guy. I just wanted to tell you I watched 35 minutes of it. I loved every moment and I learned a lot. Thank you so much.
No problem. I'm very glad Max is as fortunate as he is.
Oh, well, I'm glad for everyone, but yes, so
Thank you for coming.
absolutely. So would you like to come or anybody involved?
The plan is actually to bring Lewis right to your booth.
Oh, is that what you're going to do?
Yes.
Okay. All right. But I wanted to tell you, it was really, I only thought 35 minutes, but I have to tell you, so then I went out and I streamed it live. And I looked, I go, look, Max, because he was, there and here and there. I said, look, Max, he goes, he's got my shirt on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, oh, he's a boss. That was so nice.
It's not just nice, it's accurate.
Yes,
When
it is.
people do not respect wheelchairs,
Yeah.
I've been tossed around in wheelchairs before. I've
Yeah.
I
been
ran
people.
over my foot the moment I got here just so that I'd know ahead of time. He said,
So people don't respect wheelchairs because they see them as machines and things, and unfortunately, when you're in that, then you get treated like a thing too. And like I said when I was speaking, I know people.
You're so real.
I know people who electrify and put spikes in their handlebars, so people don't do that.
I don't know what I have on. What do I have on today? Could be worse.
Yeah, that's-
We've got all kinds of, but that's a good one.
there are people with e-bikes that would have a switch to attach their battery to the frame, so if somebody tries to steal it, they get 58 volts.
If you like it, it's comfortable. We'll give you another one. We only have blue and pink, but I'm glad that you like it.
Right on.
And of course, if you like one, I don't know if you wear it. What are you? Let me guess. Large?
Small.
Small? But you got the big guns.
Oh,
You're
that's
physically
an optical illusion.
fit.
She's buttering me up. She won't.
No, it's true.
Like my shoulders are 2 feet wide. His are not.
Oh, women have a little different problem in the chest area.
I'm aware.
So, you're small. Okay, good for you. I wasn't born as small.
The
But,
funny thing is, I'm a midget, and you're the one getting called small.
oh,
That's
yeah,
fucked up.
that's silly.
As
Nah. I'm
Yeah.
like
I want to see. I want a show going around outside with this wheelchair.
Well, let's go talk to Max first.
do whatever you'd like. We're fine. So you guys, I just wanted to tell you what a great presentation. And you had a nice crowd. I'll send you the footage that I just took. Even just
appreciate
a little bit. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Try not to show
You're the
too
best.
much
Thank you
in
so much.
one long length, because we're in film festivals, and they'll have a problem with it.
I always do horizontal because we're
Right.
part of our social media.
Right, just cut it up. If you got 35 minutes of it, try to cut that down to like 5.
No, I only
did 30 seconds.
Okay,
50
perfect.
seconds. I don't know if you wanted me to film or
No,
not.
no, that's fine. I just I don't want to get disqualified from film festivals.
Oh, God. Yeah, not on my behalf. That's
Right,
for-
right.
You better respect the chair. That's what you got to tell him.
Ken, can you grab the camera? I guess.
Grab what?
The camera, I suppose.
I don't know if he wants me to. I'll just hang out.
Okay. All right.
Where are we going?
I guess I'm coming with you.
Know where he's going?
I did show him your booth already.
You got a nice little crowd there, I tell you.
You should have seen it in politics. Eesh. So I tend to
Service stuff, do you?
detour, but there is no detour now. Where are we going?
I'll see you when you get there. 5:52.
552.
I want to go around outside and show that part that
Let's go to 552 first, and we'll do that. It'll be a little warmer.
552.
Do you want this to come with, or should I leave it at the booth?
I'm getting spoiled by yeah, I gotta carry it. Thank you. I got it. Thank you for everything.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Okay, cool. World's worst cameraman. Uh-oh.
Where am I? There I am.
Hey, where'd you shrink?
I also make a great guy.
I just came to give you the opportunity to say it again.
Thomas Queter, never quitter, rarely quieter.
Thank
Find
you.
your tenacity. Do not give up. When you stop, that's when it ends. It's been in my head since that episode.
Good.
Big turnout today, huh?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm a little famous.
A little bit. Whatever. I looked at your website the other day. The first thing I said was join my cult. I was like, what?
Ah, yeah, the personal website. That's a political joke. I got to actually change that over to be more professional.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi there.
How are
You
you?
guys had a great turnout today, huh?
He had a lot of people show up.
I'm Evie. Nice to meet you.
This
Louis,
is
nice to
Louis
meet you.
Rossman, one of
I
my
like your
biggest
shirt.
supporters.
Oh, thank you. We're selling them if you like them that much.
Actually, she offered him one for free.
Oh, perfect. Great.
So I told Max that I would introduce him to Louis and see if they can do a little bit. Are they?
Are we doing a
Say that again.
tandem podcast together?
Just get Louis first, and Max and I will hook up. I'm here tomorrow too.
Louis, pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, I might as well just say hello now. We were busy
this
before.
morning, but at our Airbnb, the police showed up, and we had to deal with that before we could.
What did you do?
No, we didn't do anything. But they were
Sure.
like, we thought it was a noise complaint, but they said no.
Sure.
We need to talk to the owner, and I was like, I don't know the owner. We just rent here, so we had to
No
sort
worries.
that out before we could come over here.
So are they on?
No, they're not recording right now.
Okay.
No, so we can get you in chatting with Max here soon.
Yeah, because I promised Louis we'd go do some fun stuff.
One
and,
of us has a professional
just
setup. At
hoping we could. Max has a great crew. They're all attractive women. I tease him about it all the time.
All right. Come around this way for me. I'll scooch my
Oh boy,
Right on.
I'm all right.
You could,
You might-
you could probably tandem film.
Did you get a bracelet yesterday?
This is podcast within a podcast.
A bracelet yesterday?
This is live streaming.
Okay.
Oh, it.
When she put with the mic on,
Is it okay if he films while they're filming?
yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Right on.
Sure.
Business card? Where do
Oh,
we go to get your business card?
yeah, follow me. Louis, I'm leaving you in capable hands.
I'll let
I'll be
you
back.
go ahead and do this.
Do you want me to go
I'm not
for
doing
you?
this, he is.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say I can
I'll
go
be on
for
later.
you. Okay. No, I meant, do you want me to go get your business card?
No, I can't. I got it.
It's gonna be fun.
Right when we're past this crowd. If we can get through this crowd.
I'll follow you.
right.
podcast within a live stream.
I'm taking through the shortcuts.
Are you live streaming right now?
Yes. Hello. Here. Wait. All right. Hello. How are you? I'm having a morning. Well, I broke it, so see how it never turns? It just keeps... But the thing is, your assistants are probably smarter than me. They look smarter than me,
I
so
always
this
tell
should be...
people the best
This is
thing
a
you
pretty
can
low
do
bar.
to support our initiative is to follow and share our social media.
I'm all over
Website.
TikTok. I got you. I can
Here we go.
My TikTok's just a joke.
Pleasure to meet you, my friend.
We have everything else. Oh, well, no, I mean my presence
So,
on TikTok.
how'd you meet Thomas?
I mean, sense of humor keeps us alive, right?
It does.
You can't laugh about it, it'll kill you.
Dude, I laugh about things all the time.
Oh, cool.
All the time.
I mean, I've been to bones, I've snapped fevers and immediately cracked a joke.
You're very inspirational.
I suppose. I'm just staying alive.
I think that's what I'm trying to do. I just want to live life and be happy.
Yeah.
And that's all I want to do, guys. Why does it have to be so hard?
Right. Well,
Why do they have to make it so hard for us just to live life
money.
and be happy?
So, do you know what eugenics is?
Yeah, I never thought that I could listen to somebody talk for 2 hours about wheelchairs and be entertained. But he was going from booth to booth to booth and saying, look, like, the stuff I found interesting was when he would go, that wheelchair is like $40,000 or $60,000. You see those shock absorbers on it? Those are faker than what you get on Nike Shock shoes in 1999. Like when he was just going through every single one of the gimmicks, and he would ask them questions like, how would you get over this with this device? And they would just kind of have no answer. And he comes up with a very interesting way of explaining all of these things. It's a very interesting lens. It's not.
So we do call it back.
Yeah, like even one of the other. I'm not going to name the company because I don't want to be too much of a dick. But like, there's these items that they sell that you can pull down. That you can. It's like a picking up item. You know, like I used to have these little toys that you get at the dentist office, but they're selling this, and I go over to use it, and it's like, let me see how this is. I tried to grab my shoelace, it hit the side of my shoe, and the rope broke. And he looks at me and he goes, that's what they expect you to pick something up as if you're a disabled person. And
nowadays you actually pay Netflix to put a documentary on.
see, and the thing that I like about the way Thomas explains things is he has a good way of explaining it in a way where it's interesting. He creates a story, but he creates villains, for lack of a better way to put it. But he does it in a good way, which is the villains are the people that are getting in the way of it. And he shows here's how easy it is to have the opposite.
I can send you an NDA to sign, and then you can have a digital link. And if
Go
you
for
want
it.
a coordinated community showing, we will help you do that, because that's allowed. But it can't be online or in a theater for pay.
Okay.
We do private showings whenever we can. I mean, that's what this was.
I filmed a short part because while I was at the last convention, he was filming, so I was in it shortly. He's mostly going over how the wheelchairs that you get are A, unfit for the job, and B, they're unfixable, or you have to wait 6 months to get a tire. And he's going over how it doesn't have to be that way. So he wants to try and create wheelchairs that can be fixable within several days using standard off-the-shelf parts. So he's kind of doing. Are you familiar with a company called Edison Motors? They're trying to make electric car retrofit kits, but with stuff that you could fix yourself. He's trying to do something like that for wheelchairs, where you can have a wheelchair where when it needs service, you don't have to wait 3 months or 6 months or go to the manufacturer of the insurance company. You're using open standard, open hearts, open hardware. And the movie is mostly going over trying to raise awareness for how horrible the entire system is from top to bottom.
But he tries
like it's not just going over what's going on with like repairability in wheelchairs. He's going over how the insurance company will deny you for virtually anything, how it takes 3 to 6 months for certain items, how they consider it to be the things that they consider a luxury. So, for instance, just being able to leave your house in many instances is considered a luxury. If you're able to get from your bed to the bathroom, the insurance company thinks that you're good. Like we've done our job here, whether it's Medicaid, Medicare, or the private insurance companies like that.
I know people that when things like that happen, will just start yelling rape because it's a consent issue.
Maybe that's what I should do.
Do it. I know full-grown men that do that because it's a thing that gets the person who's doing it attention, and they don't want that.
I just won't put up with bullying in any kind of work situation. And I I'm good at, I'm a hard worker, and I think that's the problem. I'm a hard worker, and they get mad because I'm somebody in a wheelchair and I cannot work. You're men that are grown.
Yeah, and
I got fired for putting in 80 hours a week and performing better than the owner.
the people that would otherwise have to figure out how to make it better. Like you're going, if you're going to try to make improvements, as you try to make improvements, you're going to break things along the way that you then have to fix. And I think that some people would rather just. I'm trying to think of a good analogy, and I'm failing because I forgot to eat breakfast today. But it's kind of like if you're in a bad relationship, a lot of people may not leave a bad relationship because it's familiar to them and it's scary to be alone, and you have to. But it's worth it to leave something that's not working. I think if you're trying to work on any of the elements of the system, along the way you may break something, or something may not go perfectly, and it's better to just have a system that sucks, but that people are used to this level of suck and they accept it, rather than potentially have to deal with a negative news story, or potentially just have to actually do work. Sometimes at my company, there are times where we have gotten very behind on things, or I've just read a review and I just look at it and I thought, I don't want to be a customer of my business, and I just, instead of showing up at 12 and leaving at 5, I have to show up at 7 and leave at 11 for a month straight, and to redo things from scratch, and that's hard, and I think people don't like change. And there's also probably a bunch of people getting rich along the way, but the things that bothered me is I remember in 2021 in Colorado, a bunch of people showed up to this wheelchair right to repair bill because they were saying it takes me 3 to 6 months to be able to get a power button. This is insane. I need to be able to, it's not just my being able to joyride or go to the beach. I need to be able to go to a grocery store. And the politicians essentially ignored the people that actually showed up to speak. And that was the point that I started to get involved with it. It was a right to repair bill. It wasn't going to affect my business. It was like, I don't fix wheelchairs. I'm never going to be fixing wheelchairs. But it bothered me watching that. So I had a nonprofit that was already dealing with right to repair in that space, and I just asked, what would it cost for us to hire a lobbyist in Colorado so that to try and get some grassroots pressure so that the politicians are actually listening to people. And that is how I met Thomas. So it was, we hired somebody, I think Diana Proyapata, which was amazing, and she helped get a bill pushed through, and I met Thomas through that. He called me to wanting to do a podcast.
Right on.
I definitely want you to get me in touch with the guy that's doing the mobility.
Thanks. They're a thing.
That's honestly a question for Thomas. He's gone through all of this, and I feel like I'd be answering for him. But I don't have the answers to all of that, just because I've heard so many horror stories through the system, but I haven't been through it. I think one of the things that he would say is, for instance, if you're being fit for a wheelchair, just simply the fitting process. If he is put into the wrong chair and he moves a tiny bit in the wrong direction, his bones will just start breaking. And not being fit properly. So if you had somebody who actually cared do the job of, let's say, fitting you, rather than somebody who just saw you as a number. Now, how do you do that? How do you build that out? Thomas can describe it way better than I can. But it'll tell all these stories where these little things that you don't think about, where it's not even necessarily the money. It's just, if the person that was actually fitting you were trained and able to do this, you would probably be much better off because you wouldn't be in pain for a long period of time in something that's not actually made for you. Yeah, a lot of the politicians, they said they had questions. That's what they said they had questions. And there were people that were there. But if you sign up to speak, you may, in some of these legislatures, you may only be allowed to speak.
He was the one who was talking to you about. Yeah.
And then your testimony is up. Somebody says, well, we have questions about this, and there's people in the audience, or I shouldn't say, in the legislative body, in the legislative room, and you don't ask them those questions, and they're right there, and they showed up. It's going to be more difficult for them to show up, probably. It aggravated me. And that was the point at which I said, yeah, fine, I'll put some money on the table to hire a lobbyist to try and get something passed. And like one of the best, now a lot of this is, that bill did not do a lot of fixing yet because a lot of these companies do not change their business models because one state out of 50 passes a law. But there was one email that I received in the beginning of the year where somebody said, my parents had multiple sclerosis. They did not want to provide a repair. It was going to take forever. So they said, listen, we're in Colorado, just so you know, I'm not going away. I'm going to figure out how to make this as miserable as possible for you if you don't fix this. They actually just sent her a brand new wheelchair overnight. And this is like one of the $50,000 or $60,000 models. This wasn't one of the lower models. So obviously, she just wanted a repair. But I'm glad that I see you got the dirt bike tire type of setup that Thomas has. Like this, I don't know as much about this as I should. I'm not aware of it. Like my brain classifies wheelchairs into like two types. Like A, the thing that you see at the front of the grocery store, like at Pathmark in the 90s, that I don't think could go over a bump. And B, this stuff where it looks like you could go to the beach with it.
When Lewis, did you tell him I went for a cigarette out front?
Who? Oh, him, yeah.
Yeah, when he's done, I'm just having a cigarette.
Oh,
Back.
interesting. So I'm curious. Yeah, yours has the bones that Thomas's has. It's got the shocks, got the big wheels in the middle. But I see his looks like yours. He goes over obstacle courses with it.
Yeah, I know the guy. I'll help with all the stress dealing with your insurance company.
How do people find you? I'm so sorry. I should have done this in the beginning. I didn't ask like how people find you. That's rude of me. So live to the max on YouTube. All right. Thank you very much. When I edit this, I will do my best to remember to put a URL in there for you.
Did you make it?
You guys, well, sort of, and then back. You had a map.
How do you get more people
Sort of,
to be more like Thomas? Because I wouldn't have known about most of these things. And how do you get more people to be like him? There needs to be more people telling these types of stories the way that he tells them, because he tells them in a way that's very engaging. It makes it interesting, and it gets me to care about it in a way that I probably would not have cared the same way before. I would have known. I would have had it out there in my head. This is probably an issue, but I would have never. There's no source for me to that I know of to immediately learn about all these things. So I guess more Thomases, or more, yeah. Respect the chair? I like that. He was talking about the spikes that some people would put so that people can't just grab the chair and just do what they want with it because they just think this is an inanimate object that can just move you around.
Where can people find you?
That's my name, Louis Rossman, on YouTube.
Louis Rossman.
Yeah. Thank you so much for taking the time. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for putting up with me putting this thing in your face. Oh, whoops. Yeah, you have a real setup. I'm very jealous. Thank you very much. Huh? I'm gonna take a cigarette. Yeah. I have to hit him with this stick so he gets rid of his cigarettes. Okay. I would, but I'm going to lose it. I feel very guilty. Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much. I'll take gray. I'm good. I'm going to find Thomas. Oh, I've dropped mine several times. So see this, so this is super glued. Check it out. You can't close the lens. This is super glued on. And see this? See ya? Oh, I've dropped this thing so many times. Yeah,
Oh my
I'm a mess.
God.
Don't let me
Well,
touch
that's
any of
okay,
your
I can
stuff.
grab or hold or whatever. If you want some help,
But thank you so much. I appreciate it. I love the show and the setup you got going on.
Oh, we appreciate it so
Okay.
much.
Let's see. Takes 2 seconds to figure out if there's an issue if they check chat once. Yeah, this is the last minute thing, bro. You get what
Gotta
you
go
get.
around front. That one.
Oh, well. Yep. I'm good. Thank you. Whew. I can do a mix when I get home. I have a recording of all the sound files and all that shit. I'm not live mixing while I'm walking around a convention. Fuck that. Okay. Where do we find Mr. Thomas? Jesus, this thing's heavy.
All right, who did it? Sorry.
We're at the.
How you doing? All right. Ooh. Say what? I'm not looking for anything. I'm
Sorry.
I had great luck already. We're non-profit. So what? Education. We're non-profit. We want education. Documentary showed, and it's all the way back to those vehicles. Okay, yeah. Let me check out that one. Yeah, I'm in 600 to get my card. You can see the documentary. Hey.
Hello. I spoke with him. Not bad.
He's a good guy. All right, it's 12 o'clock. Can I eat lunch?
Maybe. Where do you go to eat lunch?
Well, I brought my lunch. I'm glad you can start anything. There probably good in the back somewhere. Yeah, if I don't use my blood sugar, it'll drop.
All right, get something to eat. What time is that dinner?
The dinner is at 7. I want to try to be there at 6:45.
All right, time to turn the camera off.
I hope you're not cold.
You go.
What?
You're not cold today, are